Yeah, okay guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you had a lovely week and hope you're having a good day. So as I promised in my first video that I'll be dropping my trading journal for every month, and this is an example of one you are seeing right now on the screen. As you can see, I've made about 20 trades this month and most of my trades are selling trades. As you can see them, 20 trades. Oh, let me not say 20 trades because some of the trades are having 3 trades, 3 trades, 2 trades. So I've made some about 25. It should be around 25 to 30. So that is that. The next thing I want to talk about is the percentage of the winners to losing trades, and that's so. But as you can see, the essence of a good trading journal is just to show you the trade signals you've been taking, the risks, your stop loss and everything. There are so many things I feel like adding to this journal. I can say I'm not putting entry prices, I'm not calculating the swap, though those ones I calculated with the losses, and I give these losses you are seeing here and the profit you are seeing here is more like a rounded figure. So it's like it's just no decimal point, so I just rounded it up to the nearest possible decimal point. So but that doesn't actually change the actual number of the current account currently. So let me just go to the next slide. As you can see, I've had more losing trades. This red stands for the losing trades and the blue stands for the winning trade. I've had more losing trade than winning trades, but it doesn't mean that because you have more losing trade than winning trade that you are in losses. If you have a good risk management strategy, it will always give you profitability at the end of or at a good period of time. So let me just go to the next slide. As you can see now, my winning trade gave me more profit despite that they were not as much as the losing trade, because we had more losses than winners, but at the end of the day I still came out profitable because of the risk management strategy I always apply. This management strategy I always apply is very simple. I upgraded my trade. I have a grade A trade, grade B trade, grade C trade. Now when I see a trade setup that probably forms on the grade C, I risk about 0.5%. When I see a grade B trade, I could risk maybe 0.5 or 1%. But when I see a grade A trade and I know that okay, this trade, the probability of this trade coming to my favor is more, I add multiple positions. When I reach 1%, I allow the trade to move, then I add maybe another position. If you check back at the journal, you can see that some trades I took 3 trades, some trades I took 3 trades, 2 trades. So it all depends on the probability of the trade. So now this is statistic of the profit to loss. Statistic of the profit to loss is still good. And check the percentage. I've had the total profit I've had this month gave me about 17.7%, and the total loss I had was about 11.2%. So if you look at it, even having greater losing trades than winning trades, I still came out profitable both in amount and in percentage. So that is that for my trading journal. And let me just hop into the chart to do little analysis because I don't want this video to be long. Please, if you've not subscribed, do it to subscribe to my channel. If you've not subscribed, please do it to subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so you can get notified anytime I come with a video. And secondly, like my video, comment in the comment section. I really appreciate your comments, and those of you who've been commenting, I really appreciate, and I promise to improve on my videos. And my link, the link to my Telegram channel, WhatsApp, or my direct contact will be in the description below. So not to talk too much, I don't want to talk too much. Let's just go to the chart, and that'll be that for the week. Okay guys, the first pair I'll be looking at for this analysis is Euro British Pounds, and I said some weeks back that on the daily time frame Euro British pound is forming a head and shoulder pattern. So, and I said this support that price has respected several times might be broken and turn to a resistance. So price seems to be respecting that analysis, and price has broken it. So on the 4 hour time frame, I can see a retracement back into the support level. As part of my trading plan says, always buy at the support and yes, always buy at the support and sell at the resistance. So because this is a downtrend, I want to sell, and I'm expecting price to move back to the resistance, the support that is now a resistance. So I'm going to pick a sell when I see extra confirmations. So let me just drop down to the 1 hour time frame. Well, I can see that in the 1 hour time frame, price is respecting this smaller trend. So I could probably jump into this trade when the market opens by Monday. And as you can see, this trade is giving me roughly risk to reward of 2.17. That is from taking this trade at this particular point and putting my stop loss a little bit above my support or above my resistance, and trading it down to the support level, the next support level. So that is just a simple analysis on euro pounds. Although I expect price to move a bit up inside this resistance before going down. So that is that. I don't know, my so many drops. So the next one I want to look at is euro card. Let me quickly go to euro card. Now euro card last week, it has been trending down. Let me just go to daily time frame for better view. Now euro card, there was some time in my Telegram channel I posted something like a cup and handle pattern on the euro card. Price, I don't know if price is going to still respect that pattern, but as I can see, price has broken through its resistance and it's like price is going to go up. So now, just so you see it like this, price has broken through resistance and it's like testing the resistance again. Price moved somewhat like this. Let me just draw a move. Got this impulsive move, retraced back, broke above this resistance trend line. Now price has retraced back to this point. So now the good thing I'm seeing about this pair is that price has shown a rejection. Let me just show you the candle. This is the candle, this green rejection candle, showing price might actually move back up again. But I will not just jump into the trade. I need extra confirmation to show me that price is still going to move up. Well, on the RSI, price seems to be oversold and it's still bouncing back up. Well, one thing I would like to see on this trade is seeing price do something like this. Since price has gone, if price comes down and tests this guy and shows a rejection again, I'm going to take the trade. So how will my trade be? If I take the trade, probably a green candle forms after this. Let me just draw this guy again. So after this second touch, I could take a buy order probably at this region. My stop loss could be quite low at this point. Now how do I place my stop loss? Now let me go back to the 4 hour time frame. I just use Fibonacci ratio to place my stop loss. Since this is the previous swing or swing low, I keep it and put my stop loss below or at 78.6 because I can see that price has rejected from 61.8 Fibonacci level. So I just assume that price may not fall below 78.6 and price could actually go up. So if I put my stop loss around that point, I could place targets far above, as far to the completion of the swing. There are so many points up there as far as the completion of the swing. This alone is giving me over more than a 2.5 weeks to reward. Let me just go to my daily time frame and confirm. Well, there are so many So now, secondly, something I want to say about this trade is please pardon me for this. Something I want to say about this trade, price could actually not do exactly what I'm saying. Price could come and let me just get this too. As you can see, price has broken. Price could come and do something like this. Come and retest this support level again before trading up. So everything still boils down to how I'm going to follow how the market behaves. This is as I said, when you want to sign up for trading in the forex market, the disclaimer says you should know that the forex market is a risky business. You can lose money in the forex market, and also you can gain money. So now, but the market could give me a nice setup that it wants to continue up and start trending down to hit my stop loss. But anyways, that is where your risk management comes to play. Now, if market comes down to this initial support zone and create a buying opportunity, you see another opportunity for you to enter. But if not, you could still do as I earlier said, take a Fibonacci. No, not this point actually. You take a Fibonacci from this point. Now, because that is initial swing low, since price rejected at the 61.8 Fibonacci level, you could come and take a buy with a stop loss. Let's say price actually, let me come to the 1 hour time frame for better view. Let's look at the DTA now. You can see that price rejected at the 61.8 Fibonacci level. Price will probably come back down to this point and push up. So now if price does that and it shows the buying signal, buying power, you could probably, let's assume you take your entry at this zone. So your stop loss could be a bit below 78.6 Fibonacci level. Then you should probably, this one could be your TP1, which is about 1 to 1.4 risk to reward. Then you could also shoot for higher target, like there's also a target at this point. Let me just place an horizontal line to show you where I'm seeing multiple targets. Okay, now this one has already been tested. So either price could stop here, 1.7 risk to reward, TP2, then TP3 could give you a 2.9 risk to reward. So that is that for EuroCAD. The analysis is as simple as clear. Just follow how the market, whatever the market is doing. Now the next point is next I'm going to look at. Let me look at British pounds USD, that is GBP USD against the United States dollar. Well, I think last week the interest rate decision came out positive for the dollar, and though it affected some of our trades. Anyways, as I earlier said, we took about 4 trades last week and we didn't make any money from it. They were losing trade, though low probability trades, but because of the good risk management strategy we have, it wasn't that bad for us. We still came out profitable at the end of the month. So this is British pound against the United States dollar. Now, as you can see, I have seen that price is finding it so hard to form a higher high. Price came, okay, it even came down to this point. So let me just remove this. Let me put it again. Ever since price formed this higher high in the uptrend, it's finding it difficult to break above this higher high again. So now I think price is forming something like I believe price is going to come down to this point. It should break, because since the buying pressure is not more strong and the US dollar seems to gain strength, and I expect the strength to continue. I just expect price to break this trend line, then retest. After it has broken this trend line, retest inside and continue. Remember, we took a trade like that on GBP Swiss francs and it caught us. We had loss on that trade after price broke around this trend line and retraced. Price actually broke here, but something happened last week. The unemployment change that affected the pounds, the unemployment change um in Europe. There was a news, the data news unemployment change, and affected the pound, and the pound moved further upwards, continuing the uptrend. So for the GBP USD, I'm expecting price to actually break below, retest to form a resistance, then I sell. Now if you look at my chart, I've drawn multiple trend lines, and I believe price is going to respect these trend lines to give us a good risk to reward ratio in our trade. Okay, let me just talk about the risk to reward ratio I'm looking at on pound dollar. So when if price breaks below and retests, I said I'm going to look for more opportunities to the downside, probably to this point. Now let me show you how I'm going to put my take profit, and now I'm going to put my stop loss. So when price breaks below this and retests, I should look for selling opportunities around the zone. So how do I look for selling opportunities? Well, let me just give an assumption that price breaks from the highest of the high, let's say to this point, for instance, because I believe price should come to this point. Let me draw this point so you understand. This is the previous support. Price should find problem breaking to this point. Price could just drop to this point, then retrace back, or price should do whatever retracement it does. But if price touches this point and is retracing, I'll look for selling opportunities at this 61.8, because I like 61.8% Fibonacci zone because it's more like a golden ratio. Now if I put let me bring out my sell order too. If I take a trade at this point, for instance, let me delete so many things on my chart, so the chart will not look bad. If I delete so let me also remove it. I'm taking a trade on 61.8% Fibonacci level, and I could put my stop loss a bit above the resistance. So if I put my stop loss above the resistance, my first take profit level will be back to the initial support that was tested, which is this point, which is giving us a 1 to 1.4 or 1 to 5 risk to reward. Then how do I now know the other profit target? Well, I always use the Fibonacci extension tool. The Fibonacci extension tool. So let me just draw it. I'm assuming price came to this point before it retraced. If price retraced at this point, as you can see, I just draw it out. If I draw it out, you can see that the next trend line is touching the one. This is like the 100% Fibonacci extension. The Fibonacci extension tool I'm using. So my TP2 will be around this point. My TP2 will be around this point. Let me just delete this. Oh, sorry. I had to delete the Fibonacci extension tool. So now if I draw my Fibonacci extension tool downwards, this has increased my risk to reward to about 1 to 2.3. So it's a good trade to take or to look out for this week to come. So that's for the GBP USD. The next and the last pair I'll be looking at for today is the USD Swiss franc. Now I'm still waiting for this pair. I expected a good entry, a better entry on USD Swiss franc, but it didn't play out. As I said during the week, I wanted price to come inside this zone because part of my trading plans were to buy at a support, sell at a resistance. So price actually rejected. I expected price to do like this, though price is doing exactly what I wanted. Price came down to this zone. I expected it. This is what I predicted because I saw an inverted head and shoulder pattern. If you are in my Telegram group, you should not be new to what I'm explaining here. So when price came to this zone, I wanted to buy, but the buying opportunity didn't come out as I expected. So now the next thing I'm looking at on this page for price to break above this point, this resistance, because I'm expecting dollar to be strong this week because of the positive news or the report that came out last week. As you can see, I've already dropped my buy order too. So if price breaks above, I expect price to retest back to the resistance it broke, because the resistance will have to turn to the support. Now if you watch me, this is my take profit one, that is my take profit one level, and this other point, the red line, the second red line, is my take profit two level. Now the question is, how do I set my take profit level? It's very simple and clear. Well, as for this one, I think I was using the resistance. When I look left, I was using the resistance, but that be said, I could also use my Fibonacci extension tool and use a certain number, because price move from this point, I just put the point to this point and it retraces back down here. So if I use that, you can see that 0.786 and 1.00 are a good level to look for price rejection of price point. So that is just that for the USD franc. That is all I have to say. There are so many pairs I want to analyze, but the time has gone. This is almost or more than 20 minutes of the video. So thank you very much for staying to the end. I hope you enjoyed this video. And as you can see, my voice looks so like I've been stressed out. So well, that is that. Network has been giving me issues and so many things. Thank you very much. Please do well to subscribe, like, comment on the video, and I believe this week is going to be a great week for us. I mean, Nankere Blessing, founder People Trading Channel, signing out.